Hi, this is ShopTalk. I'm Tio Ontiveros. Green building, the practice of increasing the efficiency with which buildings use resources, including energy, water, and materials, while reducing building impacts on human health and the environment. Now, if you think that's too technical, don't despair. Our guests today will tell us what green building is in layman's terms and how you can apply it in building your home. So we begin with, in this first segment, Ana Tungol. She's a board member of the Philippine Green Building Council, an organization that seeks to promote the sharing of knowledge on green building practices. Hi, Anna. Thank you for coming to the show.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Does your being a member of the organization make you an architect?
No, not necessarily.
Or an expert?
No, I wish no.
Okay, but what's your background? How did you get into this?
Actually, I started with an environment. I am with an environmental consulting firm, and my work there is on the environment, on solid waste management, and that's how we started the council, simple waste management practice that went into a bigger holistic approach.
Yeah. Well, before you started the council, I understand you went on a study tour, no?
Yes.
Who is you, by the way? I mean,
actually,
the ones who make up the council now.
Not all of them, just a few. One an architect from of the United Architects of the Philippines, and one from the Ayala Foundation. When I say we, the U.S. project that I was working for at that time provided a grant to them to go on a study tour to the U.S. to look at solid waste management facilities for buildings. When they arrived there, the people who hosted them showed them an eco center that not only promoted solid waste management but also promoted energy efficiency, natural air, the landscape. It's a holistic approach.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Very quickly lang, no? Layman's terms talaga, energy efficiency, natural air, landscape. Like how?
Energy efficiency is like less light.
Lights. Oh, but we need the lights here.
Yeah. No, I'm just, you know, sometimes kasi we, our Filipinos, know when we leave the room, we just forget it, turn it on. I mean, as simple as turning it off, or as simple as you know, opening the windows so that natural light come in. That's a simple step for being green.
But most of the houses here in the Philippines kasi are not built for that kind of a practice, hindi ba? I mean, our windows are small.
Now, unlike before when the bahay kubo thing, you know, when we had the passive cooling, in the air coming in, and then the light coming in from
So that's what you mean by natural air,
passive cooling.
Passive cooling.
Yes, no use for aircon or minimized use for air conditioning or electric fan.
Yeah. So placement of openings, meaning doors and windows, parang to allow the air to flow, parang ganon. Okay, and then yung landscape is?
Landscape is actually, this is more for architects. No, it's how they design the house. It facing the sunrise so that they capture most of the sun instead of.
But we do that, hindi ba? Always facing the east, di ba?
Sometimes there are practices kasi na okay, let's just close this because this looks better. And nagiging aesthetic na this looks better, ganyan. Merong things like that.
Okay. And then there's such a thing as again in layman's terms, no, parang wastewater recycling and waste management system. So even that is, kasi tayo we're used to, well, we have a garbage system, you know, you put the garbage in the garbage can and bring it out. Hindi ba sistema yun? Or?
That's a system, but kasi we had a law kasi back in 2001 on segregation of solid waste. So we have to segregate what's recyclable, what's residual, and what is biodegradable, so that we can manage it well. You know, for the biodegradable, we can do composting.
And that's a concern for you guys.
Yes, that's one of our concerns. Solid waste management is one of our concerns.
Okay. And wastewater recycling?
Yes.
What's wrong with the way houses in the Philippines they are built?
I think currently because the drainage goes directly to the groundwater. Wala siyang treatment before it goes down to the groundwater, and then which goes back to our faucets.
Okay. All right. So those are the things that they took up, like you said, in that study tour in the U.S., the things that they saw.
Yeah.
And then after that, what happened? They came back and?
They came back, and then they wanted to share. Actually, the concept of the study tour was to share what you have learned. Okay. So we started sharing that to people. But then at that time, there were no buy-ins They were saying,
Buy-ins.
walang buy-in eh. Well, like,
Meaning?
green building, what's that? Alam mo yun, parang sa kanila is just solid waste management. They were focused at that time because yun yung law na ini-implement natin. And then, in 2006, we said, we have to push green building. Okay? So we started small meetings with the developers, with property managers, with suppliers, and then we were able to build consensus na, okay, we'll push this. So in 2007, March of 2007, we finally registered the Green Building Council.
Philippine Green Building
Yes.
Council.